It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. So let's get to it. Shout out to my sponsor in case you didn't know. So we got a lot of things to talk about today, man, oh man, oh man. So let's just get to it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss one video. Let's go. All right, let's get it kicked off with Lori Harvey and Damson Idris. So they were spotted out. I think this is like the first time they've been spotted out together publicly. They were spotted in West Hollywood, going to dinner together. Then they left that dinner, went over for Zach Bia's birthday party. This is according to, in case you didn't know. After that, they left that party together around 12 p.m. They were trying to avoid paparazzi. So they went out, they left together. They came separately because they were trying to avoid being filmed, together. But then they left together late at the end of the night. So do you think, according to in case you didn't know, do you think this is an upgrade? Are you here for Lori Harvey and Damson Idris? And Damson Idris. So let me know down in the comments. Is that going to be the new power couple? Moving on to Miss Debbie Antney. As you all know, that's Waka Flocka's mom. And she used to manage Nicki Minaj. She was on Math Hoffa's podcast. And she said she was disappointed about no one coming to put Latto underneath her wing, and she also spoke about the current state of women hip-hop. So just take a listen to what Miss Debbie had to say, and then we'll come back on the other side and pretty much unpack.
You know what hurt me? When nobody came to take that little girl. What's her name again? Latto.
Okay.
Latto. Oh. I was so hurt that nobody came to take that baby and put them under her wing. She was the baby of the bunch. Mm-hmm. And put that baby up underneath your wing and bring her through.
Why isn't that happening?
No, it can't, because they too goddamn jealous. Why do we have to hear every record? This is what I don't like, okay? Yeah. When Nicki came through, you remember there was no females.
Right.
She came through. They blessed us and gave us a time for all the women to come through. What happened? What happened? What happened?
Turn sexual.
They went into a squirting contest. No, they went into this contest. I'm not trying to be funny, but they did. Mm-hmm. And it tore us up. I ain't heard no bars. All I heard, that's all I heard. It was all sex. Mm-hmm. And everything on stage, this is all you're talking about. That these kids don't know anything. I got a whole 19-year-old baby over there that I'm trying to show her how this is and how you're supposed to do this. And she's looking at all these people to tell me, Deb, but I got to do it like this. But I got to do it like this. No, you don't. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to listen to me if it's not like this. If I'm not talking like this, if I'm not doing this, then nobody's going to hear me. They're not going to hear me. No, that's not true.
Not true at all.
There's a whole nother group of people that want to hear you, that these little girls.
And that was Deb Antney, former manager of Nicki Minaj, speaking on Latto and the current state of female rap. And I'm just going to give my take on that. I have to say that I agree and disagree on that notion. I believe Cardi B brought this up in the past when Jermaine Dupri said the new style of female rap is strip hop. There are female rappers out here who are trying to just post a positive message, and they're not getting listened to, they're not getting streamed, they're not getting bought. There are enough female rappers out there, people like Rhapsody, right? People like Tierra Whack. There's other rappers out there that were not promoting this message, and no one cares about them. At the end of the day, Debbie, this is a career. This is a way of life to try to make a living. So if they're putting out music, uplifting rap music, and nobody's buying it or streaming it, what's the sense? They're going to keep doing that, Just why? Oh, because I just want to spread a positive message. If that's not putting no food on your table to feed your family, that is the ultimate goal of why people rap. All right? Maybe not 100% of the people, but 99.5% of the people are rapping because it's their talent and it's a way of them making money. If they're not making any money, you're spending money. That's the whole thing in life. If you ain't making money, you're spending money. So they're going to go and do what's making money, unfortunately. Moving on to the great Jermaine Dupri, legendary JD. So he's in a little bit of a controversy because Jermaine Dupri was on a podcast and he recently stated how he was the one who created the show 106 in Park for Bow Wow. He told a story here about how he was watching MTV and he saw all the shows for all the white kids and the white artists. So he decided, why can't we have something like that for black artists? He said he called up Stephen Hill, told Stephen Hill about his artist named Lil Bow Wow and how we could create a show around Lil Bow Wow the same way that they have TRL and what have you. Now, I'm gonna let JD tell you guys, but after he made this comment, a lot of people started coming at him. So just take a listen to what JD was saying.
I was watching MTV, and MTV had TRL. And they was catering to NSYNC, and they was catering to Backstreet Boys, and anything white that was coming out that was pop, they was allowing these kids to scream and holler at them. And I'm like, yo, we don't have nothing for black people. Like, where's the black kids that love music? Why don't they have a show like this? So I called Stephen Hill, and I said, yo, I got an artist. We need to make a show just like TRL. He said, what's the artist? And I said, his name is Bow Wow. Of course, he was like, I don't. Everybody challenges what I'm saying. Yeah. Mind you, they wasn't going to put Bow Wow on TRL like that because he was a rapper. He was a black little young boy rapping, but he also was 12 years old. Nobody on TV was 12 years old anywhere creating this type of fandemonium, right? I went to Stephen Hill, and I'm like, yo, we need this show. We need this show. We need a show on BET that shows black artists like this.
Now, after JD's comments, Stephen Hill, who was one of the creators of BET, or one of the bosses of BET, said, yeah, our memories on how 106 in Park was created differ greatly. Now, no one challenges that Bow Wow helped launch 106 to great heights. That is for sure true, but created by me might be a bit of an overstep for you, my man. Love you always. So that is one of the bosses of BET, Stephen Hill. Now, Bow Wow then came and said, biggest cap I heard. He getting confused with the rap game. He ain't create 106. That was a show created to duel it out with TRL. But I'm a more R&B hip-hop way for the culture. And I just dominated that to the point where I made it mine. I just wish he just do his own thing without having to mention me. Then DaBrat came back and said, man, WTF, I really don't have the time or patience for this S, but I got both today. So this is DaBrat, who is now coming back, and she is defending JD. She's going at Bow Wow, right? So she says, Bow Wow, what I can't let you do is discredit my big brother JD, who you called your dad for so many years, because that is pretty much the role you gave him, and instead of saying hell no, he rocked with it. You were being so rude and disrespectful to the person who believed in you, nurtured you, made you a complete star, wrote all your hits, accepted the responsibility given him when Snoop accepted the challenge when Snoop came to you. Let me see what else she said after that. Sorry about that. When Snoop came to you. So this is Brat, who was there with all these things, brought you to him. He has never done anything to you but help. I ain't fitting to let you drag the most non-confrontational person who loved, cared for you, and spoiled your ass for years. He isn't and never would discredit BET execs. He discussed creating 106 in Park before it was created so black people could have our own TRL. No cap. If this is what you want to do, let's effing go. Pull up, little nigga, with your disrespectful ass. So ungrateful. So that was DaBrat coming back and defending JD. I'm gonna give you my take on this after all of these things posted. Now, then Bow Wow came back and responded to him, and Brat said again, "You really on some BS right now? Now you know I got all the receipts and know the whole stories to a lot. Don't do this. Respect the legend. Respect the cultural icon. Respect the person who made your career what it is. I'm asking you now to please stop. I'm sorry, Jermaine Dupri. I cannot be silent anymore." Bow Wow said JD ain't create 106 in Park. Stop the cap. Stephen Hill, Rick Grimes, and all the great people BET officers Star created that show. All I did was capitalize off of what they created and made it mine. I would know I am Mr. 106 in Park. I would never take away from someone's creativity. So Bow Wow is basically trying to say, don't give Jermaine Dupri that credit. And then people are getting a Bow Wow, and he said, I ain't even do nothing. I said it was a lie. Stephen Hill even came out and said it was a lie. Ha, ha, ha. How is that rude? Now lying and taking credit is cool? Come on, bro. Now, my take on this whole thing is this. I don't think JD is capping. I think he misspoke. Because it sounds like 106 in Park was JD's original idea. But then Stephen Hill took his idea and said, oh, okay, yeah, you might be right. That sounds like a good idea. We should do that. And then he went and created 106 in Park. JD probably didn't come up with the name. He just said, we need to have a TRL for black folks. And then he said 106 in Park and created and took the idea about creating it around Bow Wow. That's why he's Mr. 106 in Park. So that part is true. I don't think JD was capping, because from what I hear about JD, he's probably the most non-confrontational, most humble legend or icon in the game. But what he won't do is allow you to continue to take credit from him, because he's been discredited a lot. He doesn't get the credit that Puffy gets. And JD's way more hands-on than Puffy. Right? Oh, behind the emancipation of Mimi. He's the brains behind Confessions. And like Brat said, he made all your hits, Bow Wow. So for Bow Wow to say, I just wish he'd do his own thing and stop mentioning me. Bro, you're on tour doing all the big hits that he wrote for you. So you ain't stopped mentioning him, right? If you're on tour doing all your big hits that he wrote, that means you mentioning him every night, bro. Prayers to everyone involved. And finally, we're going to close it out with my girl, Megan Thee Stallion. Someone tweeted this: the way Joe Budden, 50 Cent, and Drake all came out of woodworks to dogpile on Megan, even though she was actually harmed, as confirmed in court, is so disheartening. No matter how it plays out, she was still harmed, and yet gets treated as a villain by men who are way worse than her. And the reason why this person did this, because 50 Cent came out and basically compared Megan to Jussie Smollett. And then Joe Budden, sitting up there with academics, another known Megan hater because he's friends with Tory Lanez. And Joe Budden has made it clear he does not like Megan Thee Stallion. He decided to tell everyone why he didn't like Megan Thee Stallion. Joe says that, she's hurt people in the business that he's known for so long, and he can't allow that to happen. Well, Joe, what has she done to you? And what about you, Joe? You can't throw rocks at people. Didn't you allegedly kick a baby out of a woman's stomach? Haven't you abused women in the past, Joe? That's documented. That's documented. So I'm sure whatever Megan did to your friends that you're speaking for, I am sure it is not anywhere near worse, anywhere close to worse than what you've done to women. And what have you done to people in the industry, Joe? Didn't you turn on Eminem, who signed Slaughterhouse? Haven't you turned on your friends? Didn't you snake your co-host for money? So, Joe, I don't think you are the person that needs to be speaking. You have shown that you're misogynistic. 50 Cent is misogynistic. These academics and misogynist. It's a shame that these black men are dragging this black woman. It's sad. It's sad. Let me know your comments on it. Your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.